one to watch. This is 16 WAPT News Live at 5.
An armed robbery ends in gunfire and a store in flames with the clerk still inside. Plus, Jackson's water woes keep coming, even as people vote on a 1% sales tax that could help fix the problem. And mud bugs in Mississippi might be hard to find, why you could have a tough time finding any. Starting with breaking news tonight, we are watching a major traffic backup. That is I-20 westbound right at the Ellis Avenue exit. You can see that car underneath a big rig and cars going by very slowly on that road. Again, that is the Ellis Avenue exit, I-20 West. No word on injuries at this point. We're going to keep on top of the story, try to gather some more information, and we'll give it to you as soon as we get it. So let's go now to Chief Meteorologist David Hartman with Weather First.
Well, weather-wise, today was a January winter. What a beautiful day and what a great end on our Windward Bluff sky cam. We have light wind, skies are clear. Temperatures are going to be comfortable early this evening. Here are the numbers for the evening. 55 at 7 o'clock, falling close to 50 at 9 o'clock. But while you sleep tonight, a big cold front's going to come through. Big changes in tomorrow's weather. I'll have those changes for you. What they are coming up.
All right, David, thank you. Tonight at 5, Jackson police trying to track down the man who robbed a convenience store moments before it caught on fire with the clerk inside.
Man, that's right, Stephanie. This happened last night at the Liberty gas station on Old Canton Road. 16 WAPT's Andrew Kinsey has new information from investigators.
I need my energy drink before I go to work.
So you stop by here every morning?
Yes, I do every morning.
Loyal customers left in shock Tuesday morning after learning that their neighborhood gas station is now at the center of a fire and armed robbery investigation.
I can't believe this, and this is like very shocking to me. I just came in here.
Jackson police say late Monday night, an armed man entered the store and demanded cash from the clerk. A few seconds later, shots were fired inside, and then an explosion as the man ran out of the store with the register in hand. Paramedics rushed the clerk, Gary Singh, to CMMC, where doctors are treating him for burns to his back and arms.
Right now, we're limited with information on what actually happened. We're not exactly sure how this fire occurred.
Fire investigators say the only thing they have been able to determine so far is that the fire started in the cashier area, which is the same place they found a heater. They say they're still working to get to the bottom of the loud explosion noise witnesses claim they heard around the same time flames were seen.
We're not making an accusation that someone intentionally set this fire, but we're trying to rule out all options.
Those who know Singh say the robbery has them upset that such a horrible thing could happen to a nice person.
Why would somebody want to do this?
Because they crazy and on crack and on drugs, they don't work. He was a very nice guy in here, though. He was a very good guy. He was a very good guy, and this is the same.
In Jackson, Andrew Kinsey, 16 WAPT News.
As investigators are using surveillance cameras in the area to try to track down the robbery suspect and to pinpoint the cause of the fire. Water problems continue tonight just as Jackson residents head to the polls to vote on a proposal that could fix the city's infrastructure, Stephanie.
Yeah, Megan, you can see it right here in this video right there. The water main break on Wisteria Drive. We reached out to the city of Jackson for some more information. We're told crews have done all of their pre-repair work and now a repair is scheduled. City leaders don't know whether they'll have to issue a boil water notice for that area. Turning now to Commitment 2014. Today, Jackson voters are deciding whether to pass the 1% sales tax to fix the city's infrastructure problems. Poll workers say turnout was terrible this morning. 16 WAPT's Tiffany Bradley begins our team coverage at several precincts where only a few voters were casting ballots.
I'm here at Grove Park Community Center, one of the larger precincts in Jackson. If you look around here in this room, you'll see it's completely empty. Well, poll workers here say turnout has been extremely low today. It's a message I've heard at several voting precincts across the city.
Our camera captured a handful of voters at Grove Park casting their ballots this morning. It was the same story at this precinct on North State Street. Poll workers here said turnout was, quote, terrible. 60% of today's voters have to support the 1-cent sales tax hike in order for it to pass. About 114,000 people are registered to vote in Jackson in this election, and from the looks of it, many people are not participating in this special election.
How long did it take you to vote today?
Approximately 10 to 15 seconds.
Is that all?
That's it. There's no one was in there but the poll worker.
I'm on my way to work. It took less than a minute. It was very easy.
Election officials say they hope to see a rush of voters before the polls close at 7 tonight. In Jackson, Tiffany Bradley, 16 WAPT News.
16 WAPT Scott Simmons continues our team coverage at the Timberlawn Elementary Precinct in Jackson. And Scott, how does it look with just 2 more hours left to go?
Yeah, right here at Timberlawn, voter turnout coming in at just under 10%. About 240 voters so far, 2,800 registered to vote here. You know, poll watchers were expecting a low turnout for a number of reasons. This election is right after the holidays. There wasn't a lot of time to publicize, and, well, it is a special election. But that's not all the case across the city. For example, over at Casey Elementary, they were tracking about 10% around lunchtime today. But a few minutes ago, I got an update that right now the voter turnout at that precinct is 25%. Just around the corner at Old Canton Road at Christ United Methodist Church, they were tracking it right at 10%. You know, voters I spoke to say they were either voting because of a frustration over higher taxes or a determination to do something about the problem. Poll managers are a little surprised.
Low.
Can you gauge why?
Not really. A lot of people said they had forgotten.
Probably the most violent issue Jackson has ever faced. And I think most folks are saying we need to go do something about this one way or the other.
Yeah, less than 2 hours before these polls close. And if we track at a 10% turnout for the city, that would be about 1/3 of the voters that turned out for the Jackson mayor's race. Our turnout there was about 32%. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, I talked with former Mayor Harvey Johnson, who had something to say about some of the blame being passed on the past administrations not dealing with the infrastructure problem. Live at Timberlawn, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
Okay, Scott, thank you so much. Mud bugs may be hard to find in Mississippi, Megan.
16 WAPT's Tammy Aswick found out why colder temperatures mean crawfish are in short supply.
From crawfish etouffee to crawfish bisque, even boiled crawfish. If you're looking for your favorite crawfish dish, you may be out of luck. That's because the recent cold snap has put a freeze on the crawfish industry. Cold snap came in. What's that doing to crawfish right now?
It's delaying the catch right now.
Crawfish farmers say that recent cold snap drove the mud bugs back into their holes. Now that means less crawfish availability, and it's really putting a pinch on businesses.
So what is that doing to prices for people?
Well, supply and demand, you know, they're hard to get, so the price is going to be up until the water warms up, and you'll see the prices gradually going down.
Many business owners in the Jackson area that do sell crawfish say, don't worry. As soon as the weather warms up, those crawfish will be back out of their holes. In Jackson, Tammy Eswick, 16 WAPT News.
So we checked around a little bit. The Crawdad Hole has not started selling crawfish yet this season, but competitor Tebow Crawfish in Clinton says they are seeing a 15-cent per pound jump in the price so far. A woman shot in an abandoned home is recovering at UMC tonight. Police say someone shot the woman around 8 a.m. at this home on Evergreen Street near University Boulevard. Police have no motive or suspect yet in this case. The 5 men accused of running a dogfighting ring appeared in court today. A Rankin County judge set a $25,000 bond for 4 of them. The 5th man, Nathaniel Cooper, the suspected ringleader, got no bond. All 5 suspects are due in court again next Tuesday. Well, tonight, Jackson police are looking for the person who stole an officer's submachine gun a week ago. It looks very similar to the weapon we have in our monitor right here. Investigators tell us someone smashed the window of that SWAT officer's unmarked police SUV and took his MP5 submachine gun. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. Al-70, a Mississippi College freshman died last night.
Yeah, Megan, Sean Gawley had been in a coma since a car wreck back on December 18th. His family released a statement saying, quote, he is in heaven, free from all sin, sorrow, pain, and death, worshiping in the immediate presence of God with all of the saints and angels. Mississippi College says it will honor Gawley with a time of prayer today in the chapel. $545 million. That is the surplus money state lawmakers could have to work with this year. That came out during a House Appropriations meeting today. The state's economist expects the economy to grow by more than 2% in the coming year. Republican leadership says the money is not available each budget year, but pooled from various funds.
We garner it all together and come up with $545 million because essentially, if we needed it, it's there.
What do you think we should do with that money?
I think we need to sit on it right now because it's non-reoccurring. And if you put it into reoccurring expenditures, you're digging a hole.
Well, he argues if lawmakers want to spend the money, it should only be spent on capital improvements like building repair. The session ends in April. On Capitol Hill, Republicans are blasting the latest enrollment numbers for the new health care program. They show more older Americans are signing up than young adults. A 16 WAPT Sally Kidd explains critics warn that could lead to higher premiums.
Stephanie, Republicans are warning of price shock. The White House says it remains confident enough young people will sign up. A campaign-style push is ramping up nationwide to get more young people enrolled in the government's new health insurance program.
I care about health care reform because
among the 2 million Americans who've signed up so far, the administration says 24% are 18 to 34-year-olds. It's those younger Americans who are needed to keep premiums low for everyone.
The balance is just not there. People under 35, the people that really need to sign up, people under 35 are not signing up.
The latest figures show more participants are in the 55 to 64-year-old range.
If the numbers are as bad as they seem with the lack of information, just imagine perhaps how bad it really is.
The administration says solid progress is being made. It sees a growing momentum among younger Americans to sign up before the March 31st deadline.
Young people are going to be by and large, late to the party when it comes to signing up.
Well, we were very encouraged by the new numbers.
The group Young Invincibles is among those working to get more young adults on the rolls.
I don't think people should be that concerned yet. I think that we've got a few months, and we've always anticipated that younger, healthier people would sign up closer to the March 31st deadline.
The group is launching a new app that provides quick answers on the options and on how much coverage will cost. The nationwide marketing push includes a National Youth Enrollment Day next month and outreach on campuses and among younger Latino voters. In Washington, Sally Kidd, 16 WAPT News. Stephanie.
Sally, thank you. The Mississippi Insurance Commissioner tells us over the past few weeks, the number of people who signed up for the Affordable Health Care Act in the state has gone up to about 8,000 people. If you still need to sign up for health care, you can do it right here in Jackson. Eudora Welty Library is holding health care enrollment days tomorrow and Thursday. That's at 300 North State Street in Jackson. You can stop by from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. either day. Someone will be on site to answer your questions and help you sign up. A man from Clinton and his business partner are back in town after being contestants on the ABC reality show Shark Tank. Stephen Cochise and Greg Cronin talked to us today right here in the 16 WAPT studio. Their invention is a crafty, multifunctional shelf that fits into any size locker. They call it Locker Bones. Cronin came up with the product after he says his daughter was having trouble organizing books in her locker. Well, after selling 50 in one day, they took their idea to Shark Tank.
It was a dream, but if you don't go for it, you'll never know. So I went ahead and tried, and good fortune was on our side.
That show airs this Friday at 8 p.m. right here on 16 WAPT. All right, David's here now to tell us when a cold front is going to get here.
Are you ready for tomorrow? Because today was a gorgeous day, and you can see the front. Showers moving across West Tennessee into eastern Arkansas. The front has just gone through Little Rock, still mild. So the front will come through here later tonight. Boy, wait till you see my forecast. Temperatures tomorrow, some 20 degrees lower than today. The forecast coming up.
David, thanks. A former officer accused of gunning down a man in a movie theater headed to court today. What the judge told him. But first, why police swarmed pop star Justin Bieber's house. And before we go to break, we want to show you our breaking news and continue to keep an eye on that breaking news. As you can see, there is a wreck on I-20. That's where a car is trapped under a big rig, and that wreck is causing some major traffic backups. As you can see, traffic is moving slowly on the westbound side. We'll bring you more information as soon as we get it. You're watching 16 WAPT Live at 5. 16 WAPT News in 2013, the one to watch. That means important stories.
You don't tell people that you're carrying a gun, do you?
No.
16 WAPT News, the one to watch.